Welcome everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome to today's strength class. Again, you'll need a pair of dumbbells, a band, and or a mat. Here is our slideshow. So we have a really cool for May, we have a pretty good amount of programs coming up. We have Reform program that's by Jenny Turner. We have the Mobility Matters, and then we have our next line that'll be the Murph Challenge. If you have any more questions, again, feel free to email me at dorian.medina@hpe.com, or you could just scan that QR code right there for Mobility Matters, where you're going to get some pretty cool value, some pretty cool exercises, especially after coming out of Tech Try, if you participate at Tech Try. So some cool stretching stuff, flexibility, all that good stuff for you. The next slide, we have our Murph Challenge. That is going to be really cool. Again, another program that we're doing for next month. We have some really cool videos and some really cool training program for all of you that are interested in participating in the Murph Challenge. If you have any questions, feel free to scan that QR code for you right there. We have a really busy month of May. Hope you are able to get some value and enjoy all the programs that we have for you. And then lastly, if you have any questions, you can always feel free to look at that cooking demo that Jenny and Shannon always do for your high protein bagels. Thanks so much, everyone. I'll go and stop sharing, and then we will get started to warm up. All right, everyone, let's get started. All right, let's go ahead and start doing some horizontal arm swings for me. Horizontal arm swings. Today's focus will be mostly full body with a little bit of pulling bias. Last strength class was mostly shoulder dominant. Today we'll be doing mostly full body, but also pulling dominant. Let's go ahead and do some arm circles forward to warm up our shoulders and rotator cuff. Progressively getting bigger and bigger. And then let's go ahead and go backwards. Again, you'll need a pair of dumbbells, light to moderate, a band, and or a mat, as we will be on the floor. Let's go and bring some blood flow to our low back. Just have your feet just directly underneath your hips. Have a nice slight bend in your knees. And we'll go ahead and reach down and just let our back just relax. You're going to move your hips side to side. Again, you shouldn't feel a stretch in your hamstrings. You should feel a stretch in your low back. So if you feel a stretch in your hamstrings, go ahead and unlock your knees. So that way you can get a little deeper in that stretch. Again, you can go ahead and move your hips side to side. Predominantly a low back stretch. You go ahead and take your hands and try and bring them to the floor if you can, or around your toes or your ankles. Again, moving your hips side to side. And then let's make it just nice and dynamic. Let's do about 5 reps. Having your hands brush down your legs. And that's it. Okay, so what we have going on today is we have 2 different trisets. So we have a regular straight set, we have a superset, and then today we have a triset. So we're doing 3 movements back to back to back with rest in this between the transition period, and then with rest after we finish the triset. 3 different movements. Again, pulling dominant today. We have a dumbbell alternating push press, a dumbbell alternating bench over row, and then a band pull apart. The very first movement today is the dumbbell alternating push press. You're going to take the dumbbells, you're going to put them in the very front rack position. This is your front rack position. Your base should be nice and wide, that way you have stability. So all we're doing here is we're going to bend, we're going to lock out, bring the dumbbell down, bend, and then we're going to alternate hands. Okay? Pretty simple. We're doing 20 on your right, or 20 total, 10 on your right, 10 on your left. Alternating every repetition. Once we finish then, we'll then go to the bent over position. Have your feet directly underneath your hips. Have your elbows fully extended. And then we're repeating basically the same motion, except in the pulling plane. So that'll be your dumbbell bent over row. And then lastly, we'll have your band pull apart. The thicker the band, the more challenging this exercise is. So you just have your hands fully locked out. We'll take the band and we'll go ahead and take our hands and bring them away from our body. Pretty simple, okay? 20, 20, and then 15 of your band. Whenever you are ready, you can go ahead and take your dumbbells and let's go to start. 20 total reps. Dumbbell alternating push press. Start with whatever hand you like. Dip, press, dip, press. Make sure that when you dip, you push your knees out. Don't push your knees forward, or it could cause the dumbbells and your body weight to shift forward. You want to be as straight as possible. Again, 20 total reps. 20 total reps. Again, try and focus to fully lock out your elbow if you can. Get as much range of motion as you can get. Right. Once you finish, you can kind of shake it out if you want to. And then you're going to get to the bent over row. 20 total reps. Again, feet directly underneath your hips. Nice, slight bend your knees. Go and reach down and try and get your shoulders parallel to the floor. And then go and start that pulling for that row. Twenty total reps. 10 on your right, 10 on your left. 19, 20. All right. So we got the dumbbell push press. We have the dumbbell bent over row. Now let's go ahead and grab your band. And we'll do 15 band pull aparts. 15 band pull aparts. Try not to let the band get here. Really focus on keeping tension throughout the whole range of motion. That way you feel this exercise in your very upper back. Again, this very first tricep is pulling dominant. Couple more reps. Again, 15 total. If you want to do a little bit more, you totally can. Your time to exercise. So that's one tricep. We're gonna rest. I'm gonna grab a little sip of water, and then we'll start the second interval or the second set. Again, if you felt like that dumbbells were pretty much easy, feel free to grab a heavier pair if you have any, or if you feel like it was a little too much challenging, go ahead and go lighter if you can. We're just really focusing on getting good movement quality. Whenever you're ready, dumbbell alternating push press. I'll go from the front today, or this time. Again, nice solid base. Take the dumbbells, put them in the front rack position. When we dip, we're gonna push our knees out, and then when we stand, we're gonna lock out our elbows. Pretty simple. 5, 6, 7, 20 total. $15, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, last one, 20. All right, that is it for the push press. I'm gonna go ahead and take a little break, just shake off my hands. And then we have 20 dumbbell bench over rows. It's really important to have your feet directly underneath your hips. If you're too wide, you don't really have a lot of room for your dumbbells to go. So that way you try to have a really good narrow stance. That way you have some room for your dumbbells to kind of move freely. $20 total. Make sure you're also breathing too. Don't hold your breath. As the dumbbells come up, you can go ahead and breathe out. Right. That's my second set. Now, whenever you're ready, go ahead and grab your band. 15 band pull aparts. 15 band pull aparts. And 12, 13, 14, 15. Good job, everyone. That's our very first tricep. We have one last one. 3 different movements here, mostly full body. We have a push, we have a pour, and then we have a bending movement. So all body weight. If you want to add a dumbbell in the bridges, you totally can, which is going to be our very last exercise. But we have 12 body weight push-ups, we have 20 bird dogs, and then we have 12 bridges. Okay? If you have wrist problems or you have wrist issues going into a push-up position, you can always grab a pair of dumbbells and you can hold them in the very neutral position. And this will keep your wrists also in the neutral position That way you are able to do full push-ups, okay? If you don't want to do dumbbells, again, just have your hands directly outside of your shoulders, go into the high plank position, take your chest, thighs fully immersed on the floor, and then you'll push away. Or if you need to regress, you're going to go on your knees, and then same process. We have 12 total reps of that. Once we finish, we're going to go into 20 bird dogs, 10 on your right, 10 on your left. We're looking to be in this quadruped position, having a nice straight line from our fingertips all the way to our toes. And then lastly, we'll finish with that glute bridge, which a lot of you should already know, but I'll demonstrate that as we get there, okay? Whenever you're ready, we have 12 push-ups, 20 bird dogs, 12 bridges. Whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and start. 12 push-ups. Again, make sure you're breathing too during these exercises. Do not hold your breath. All right, that's well. And I'm gonna go and get off my hands a little bit just so I can rest my palms. And then once you finish, we got 10 on your right, 10 on your left, 20 bird dogs. You can start with whatever hand and leg works for you. Again, this exercise should not be rushed. This is a bracing / abdominal exercise. So really focus on squeezing all your muscles and trying to get nice and straight. Working our midline, providing us stability for all these other different exercises that we do. Also, a really important point of performance here is if you're in this bird dog position, try not to hyperextend your low back. So try and bring that pelvis down so that way you're nice and neutral. If you feel like your low back is kind of bent, it's because your pelvis is slightly in that interior pelvic position. So really focus on tucking in your tailbone if you can. And then we're going to go into 12 bridges. 12 bridges, I'm going to go body weight, heels by my glutes, hands to my side. I'm going to squeeze my glutes at the very top and perform 12 bridges. One more. 12. Good job, everyone. That is one tricep. We got one more. I'm going to grab a little sip of water. Make sure we're good on time. We got about 5 more minutes. All right, last tricep, tricep. Whenever you keep saying tricep, whenever you're ready, we got, again, 12 push-ups, 20 bird dogs, and then 12 bridges. For the bridges, if you have a dumbbell or a pair of dumbbells like we were using earlier, feel free to put those on your hips. That way you have a little bit more resistance if you like. Going into 12 push-ups. Again, really focus on keeping those elbows in and having just a nice, good quality movement. If you bring your elbows out and your wrists slightly out, it puts a lot of strain on your shoulders. So really focus on keeping your hands just outside of that chest / shoulder area. One. All right, I'm going to get off my hands. And then we have 20 glute bridges, or sorry, 20 bird dogs, 20 bird dogs. Again, opposite leg, opposite arm. Focusing on good breathing, bracing our midline. Again, try and tuck our pelvic bone too. So again, if you feel like your low back is kind of bent, really focus on bringing that low back up a little bit and going into neutral position. We want a nice, good neutral spine for this exercise. Couple more. Nice. That's 20 bird dogs, and then we'll finish up with 12 bridges. And that'll be our strength class for today, everyone. Whenever you're ready, you can go and start. Again, the farther that your heels are away from you, the more hamstring dominant this becomes. The closer your heels are to your glutes, the more glute dominant this exercise becomes. And 11, 12. Good job, everyone. I believe we have a couple more minutes. We can do a couple set of curls to get a little bit more arms. If you haven't finished, or if you have finished, again, feel free to grab your pair of dumbbells. We'll start in the very neutral position, so just like this. And then let's go and do 20 alternating bicep curls. Just because we have some extra time in class, get some extra arm work in. Really focusing on squeezing that bicep. Again, not going super fast, just letting our bicep and our arms do the work. Try not to swing the dumbbell to you. Just really focus on contracting that bicep, squeezing our muscles. 10 on your right, 10 on your left. I got a couple more. Ooh, I'm gonna go ahead and rest. Let's do one more. We'll do one more set of that. You can grab a sip of water if you want. Go to rest for a little bit more, and then we'll do one more set. Again, rest is super important, especially if you're looking for a muscular size or what's called a hypertrophy. Rest is important. If you're not resting as much, then you're basically just doing, burning calories, or you're doing muscular endurance stuff. So just be mindful of that too, because rest is important for muscle growth. And obviously you need to make sure that you have a good resistance too. 20 reps. Fourteen, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, everyone, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording. Hope all of you had a really good strength session today. Hope you are able to get some more walking in today if you can.